Appreciate everybody coming. It's nice and warm out here. Everybody had to put their suit on, so we'll make it quick. My name's Steve Wathen. I'm the CEO of Equity Incorporated. We're headquartered in Columbus, Ohio. We're the developer, builder, and lessor of this project. We're really excited about today. Groundbreaking is always an exciting time. And healthcare is what we do, healthcare real estate. It's what we're best at, so it's what we have the most fun at and love to do. So this is a great opportunity for us in that regard. It's also a unique opportunity that we've had very few times in the last 30 years of our existence, and that's to do a project in our specialty that we enjoy so much, but to do it in such a way that it benefits a fine community steward like Jesuit High School. So we feel even more fortunate to be part of this project because of that connection. So I'll get us started. Hamish Williams with Equity, get us rolling.
Thank you, Steve. I'm Hamish Williams with Equity. I'm in charge of the brokerage operations. And I'd just like to say something very quickly before I introduce the lead agents for this project. But there's a lot of people standing around you that some of you may not know each other, but it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of blood and sweat to actually get to this moment where you're actually putting a shovel in the ground. And it's really what teamwork's all about. And I just want to commend everybody who was involved and got us to this point. So without further ado, let me just introduce Nicole D'Agostino and Carlton Compton with Equity. They were the ones who were first charged with finding the right kind of tenants, quality tenants that fit the building, and also ones that could work together synergistically and really make it a great project. So Nicole, Carlton, if you could tell us a little bit about the actual building, that'd be great.
Hi, thank you guys for coming out today and in this heat. But just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this building. It's the MLK Himes Medical Plaza. As you can see here, this is a rendering of what the project will look like. It's a Class A facility. It's going to be a great complement to our neighbors, Panera Bread, as well as Florida Cancer Specialists. One of the main reasons we chose this property and a great fit for a medical office building is the location. Himes and MLK are two major arteries that funnel into the St. Joseph's Hospital medical community. And right here we have frontage on the road, signage on the road for our tenants. That was one of the main drivers for this building. 36,000 square feet isn't always easy to fill. Carlton and I were able to lease up this building to 100% commitment in a little over a year. There was definitely a strong need for this type of building for medical practices. Two of our tenants are with us here today, Compass Surgery Partners, as well as Davis Facial Plastic Surgery. And I believe Dr. Davis is going to be saying a few words here in a few minutes in regards to the building and their excitement for it. We just wanted, if you have any questions regarding specifics of the building, please feel free to contact myself or Carlton. We'd be happy to talk to you about it. Just again, want to thank you for coming out here and supporting this great project.
I'll just reiterate, thank you all again. It was a kind of quite long, lengthy process, but we've been pretty excited since day one when I got the phone call that the opportunity was going to be here for us to take a look at, and thanks to Ryan and his group for helping shed light on that opportunity. And again, we're excited. This market, beyond the Florida Cancer Specialist building, this is probably almost 30 years since the last next newest building was built. So we're pretty excited to bring another Class A building to this market and to this city. So thank you.
Thank you.
Let's keep going. And if I could ask Father Hermes with Jesuit High School to come up and say a few words, that'd be great.
Thank you. It was a I'm sure it was a sweltering day in September in 1899 when Jesuit High School started down on Florida Avenue in downtown next to Sacred Heart Church. And those few Jesuit fathers who started with just a handful of students 115 years ago, I wonder if they could have imagined how the school would have developed and grown and become such an important part of the fabric of the city of Tampa. Definitely, Jesuit is one of the oldest institutions in the city. And going back to 1899, the mission has remained the same. It's to form young men who are engaged in the world and dedicated to serving God by being open to growth, intellectually competent, loving, and committed to doing justice. And that was the mission then, and it's the mission now. And really, it was the foresight of an Irish Jesuit that some of you may know, Father Michael Kennelly, who was charged in the 1950s with moving the school, which was in a decrepit old building downtown, moving it out into the suburbs. And it was really the far edge of Tampa, if you've seen pictures of that era, of this area in that era in the 1950s. And he had men like Bern Litchke, Jim Burt Sr., A.B. Grandolph Sr., and others who helped him find the property. And they not only secured enough land for the school, but additional land that has continued to benefit the school. And it's especially benefited our financial aid program. Jesuit, as I said, is an old Tampa institution, but it's also increasingly an institution that serves the whole Tampa Bay area. Our current student body is represented by 94 feeder schools in the city of Tampa. About half of our students come from Catholic parochial schools, as you would expect. Another quarter of them come from private non-Catholic schools, but a quarter of them come from public schools, public middle schools in Hillsborough County and beyond. In fact, the student body of Jesuit represents 75 zip codes and 4 counties. And I don't think a lot of people know that, but it's something that we're very proud of. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we're able to make the school and keep the school very accessible. It's a primary goal of ours to make sure that Jesuit and a Jesuit education is available in this city and in this area to every boy who's qualified, regardless of financial means. And so this year alone, Jesuit has already committed $1.5 million to financial aid. Over a fourth of our students receive aid, and the average award is more than half of tuition. We're very proud of that, and it's possible because of the foresight of Father Kennelly and those good men who assisted him in the 1950s, and also because we've been able to form partnerships with groups like Equity to help develop the property that is not for the direct use of the school. And these partnerships directly fund our financial aid. So I want to thank Equity for their partnership, and I want to offer a special thanks to Steve Wathen for his own personal contribution to this effort, in particular towards our financial aid program. It means a great deal to us. We're very excited about this project, and we're a 115-year-old institution, so we can handle the twists and turns that go into these deals and be very patient, because we know that they'll benefit our students in this community for a long time to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Hermes. I was just actually standing listening, thinking, I mentioned teamwork earlier, and when you think of teamwork, you think of mostly for us internally, how brokerage and development and construction can work together. But really, it takes a lot of partnership from others outside of just Equity, and a lot of faith. Really, our tenants, the ones that have made a commitment, are putting their faith in us that we're going to deliver the quality product that they're looking for with the performance features that they need. We, also, there's a lot of other people, and especially the government, needs to have faith in, that we're going to deliver what fits in the community and is something that, the citizens will be proud of from, here on out. So with that being said, if I could just ask Mayor Buckhorn to come over and say a few words about the project and how it fits in the community, that'd be great. Thank you.
I am always a little bit leery when I see Father Hermes for one simple reason. He runs a whole school of young men, and I have 2 daughters that attend the sister school to Jesuit, which is the Academy of the Holy Names. And so they have invited me to speak at one of their convocations, and the first thing I said was that, listen, fellas, I'm the mayor. don't you go near my daughters, because I will hurt you, or TPD will. But Father, it's an amazing institution with a, as he said, a very, very long history, and produces some of the finest young men that this community has ever seen, and are still active here. And to my friends at Equity, Steve, last time I saw Steve, I was actually doing some work for Equity. Phil and Steve had a project down in South County. We were trying to get it through the county commission. It was a large mall that had sat dormant for a number of years, and thanks to a great team, we were able to get that done. And so as soon as the economy turns around, I'm expecting I'll probably annex that property before I'm done. So this is a great company with a long track record, a great history of doing good development. And so we are honored that they are investing here in the city. You think about this economic cluster that we're standing in right now. You think about the economic engine that is St. Joe's. You think about all of the resources that we have here that are helping to create what has become the most exciting city in America. And it is driven by various clusters, of which one is the medical cluster. My wife is a physician. She is at Tampa General Hospital. She delivers thousands of voters. And coincidentally, being a good Irish Democrat, they're all registered as Democrats. I don't know how that works, but it does. Instead of stamping their little feet on that ink pad, they sign up as Democrats. Sorry, Steve. But knowing that Equity is investing here, and knowing what this will be at the end of this, and knowing what St. Joe's is doing, and all the research that takes place out there, and the amazing doctors that practice there, really this is a natural for us. And as we continue to grow, as we continue to create those value-added jobs, as we continue to make sure that the opportunities for those Jesuit young men and for my daughters are right here in Tampa, not having to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, or Austin, Texas, or Raleigh, Durham, but they are staying right here in Tampa, Florida, as we lead this state out of the recession. I guarantee you this: 10 years from now, Tampa and the Tampa Bay area will be the economic engine south of Atlanta that drives the entire Southeast. We're going to get there. I know we're going to get there. So you all better start buying some more land, start throwing up some more product. We've streamlined the permitting process, so it is a joy to work with now. We recognize that time is money for developers and those who are carrying big loans. So I don't know what you all are waiting for. We need to start moving some dirt so I can start generating some property taxes, and you can get a good building, and your tenants can have a great place to work and a great environment. And plus, you got Panera right next to you. So congratulations, Steve. Welcome to the heart of the city, and I'm looking forward to great things.
Thank you, Mayor Buckhorn. One of the best things you could ever do at a groundbreaking is announce the exciting news about who your tenants may be in the building. As Nicole and Carlton mentioned before, we have 100% commitment for the building. We're still obviously working through all of the necessary paperwork, but really we have two tenants that we're able to introduce to you today. One is actually going to come up and say something about what they're planning to do here, and perhaps why they chose this building, this location. But as time goes by, for any of you out there who are reporting or in a journalistic, with the journal, is that there's more news to come about this building. So as these leases are signed, we will, obviously release the names and when we get approvals from the tenants. Dr. Davis, could you come up and say something, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Hamish. My name's Dean Davis, and I've been driving by this little plot of land for about 13 years. And I would drive by thinking, boy, that would make a great office site. And then about a year ago, when I saw this sign posted up, I thought, boy, that would make a fantastic site for Davis facial plastic surgery. And thanks to the efforts of my wife, who's also my private attorney, but my wonderful staff, my team members, Aaron, my managers here, Select Physicians Alliance, which is the father corporation for our practice, and also Compass Surgical Partners, who will be putting in a surgery center in the ground floor of the building. This is going to be, I feel, the premier medical address for Tampa, with excellent specialty care, but also that diversity in practices that I think is the real benefit to a long, healthy building tenant life. But Equity's done a fantastic job, and when we found out about their partnership with Jesuit, when our broker, Asa Rogerson, presented it to us, it just seemed like a win-win situation. A win for the practices that would be moving here, also a win for the Jesuits, and most importantly, a win for Tampa that I think is going to be really, really beneficial in the long run. So thank you all. Thanks to Phil and Brandon and all the other guys that have helped us. We're really looking forward to it. I wish it were already moving day today, so but it can't come too soon. Thank you guys.
And thank you, Dr. Davis. Actually, he mentioned the other group that's here, Compass Surgical Partners. Is that right? Compass Surgical Partners, yes. And so, again, more news to announce in the near future regarding tenancy. And if everybody's ready, we're going to go ahead and grab some shovels and hard hats. And right behind me, you'll see a big pile of dirt. So that'll be our ground breaking right there.